competitive would just be like, ooh. Are you competitive? Yeah. These four are going to kick all of your ass in the next 6 months. Are you guys up for that? You going to take them on? Because they did what you're doing in 6 months in 90 days. And the guy that drove the accountability is Coach Torrey. Let's give Coach Torrey a big round of applause as he brings out his panel to close out the day. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. How we all doing? How we all doing?
Yep.
How we all doing? All right. I've got 4 agents that went through this beta test, and I'll tell you, when they signed up for this program, they had no idea what they were getting into. Okay? Has anyone ever experienced any doubt or hesitation or uncertainty in an action? Raise your hand. Like everyone in the audience should be raising your hand. Okay? So the 4 panelists here, they showed up, they signed up for the program, they had no idea what they were getting into, they took massive action, and they didn't know what the results were going to bring. So why don't you welcome them to the stage, and they're going to share their stories with you. So welcome back, Chris. This is a group of agents who are veteran agents in the business who started in our beta test, and I got the pleasure of speaking with them weekly. So I want us all to consider, right, where we started 11 weeks ago, and I'm going to start with you, Doug, okay? And you're going to tell everybody what market you're in, how long you've been in business. Go ahead.
Doug Simmons, been in the business 14 years, Denver, Colorado. And the 14 years start came from my wife, who's sitting in the second row right here. She sucked me in, because she's been an agent for 23 years. And today's our anniversary, so happy anniversary.
I'm Stacy Pierman from Northwest Indiana. I've had my real estate license for 21 years. Thank you.
Excellent, welcome. Sarah?
Hi, I'm Sarah Gibson from Western Kentucky. I've been in the business 16 years.
Great. And Doug?
Doug Haney from Springfield, Ohio. I started as an investor in 2005. I've only been a realtor 3 years, but have obviously done remarkable things thanks to this coaching program.
I'm so proud of you guys. So number one question, I want you all to answer this. What was the biggest shift that you had to make? Whether it was mindset, whether it was a daily routine, whether it was your schedule, whether it was a certain action item we asked you to implement, what was it in the first few weeks that allowed you to keep up with the program space? Sarah, let me start with you.
Well, let me tell you, drinking from the fire hose. You just take it a little cup at a time, right? But you have to put it in your schedule. And as busy agents, like all of us here are, we've got busy schedules already, so then we're trying to fit in an hour and a half of training each week and then follow-up calls as well as additional homework while running your business. Time management became clear that we've got to make this work.
So really for you, it's time management.
Absolutely.
Being able to digest all of these buckets.
Yes.
Doug, how about yourself?
Kind of had to stop overthinking. I tend to do that a lot, and just kind of trust the process, become a little more consistent. Time block, I was horrible at that. Like you said, if it's not in your calendar, it's not going to happen. So I had to get better at that.
Thanks, Al. Stacy, how about yourself?
Making the time. I mean, I put it in my calendar. I set the time aside. The work's not going to do itself. You have to participate.
Excellent. And Doug?
Mindset.
Mindset.
I had 14 years in the business. Thought we went through all these things. We've gone through other coaching before. We've done a lot of things together. But the mindset was the biggest one to understand a couple of things. 3 things actually. One was that I have to be willing to receive the coaching that you were giving, that all the coaches were giving. If I wasn't in that receptive mindset, I was going to be putting up walls and things weren't going to work. Being a professional, it reminded me that I was a professional. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way, I mean that in a confident way. Because everybody out there, our clients, or these people that we run into, they have all the same tools that we do, sort of. They get out there and they think they know more than we do. How many times has your client told you what their house is worth and you know it isn't, and those types of things. So I'm the professional, I'm able to have the confidence to do it.
Excellent.
And then the last thing is, this one's a little bit longer, but social media. I'm old school, sort of. I might be old too, but I'm old school. I don't do a lot of social media. I never was a social media guy. But raise your hand just real quick if you're a business owner. Anybody a business owner? Hopefully everybody's putting their hands up. We're all business owners. We run our own businesses. I had to make the mental switch mindset that it's not social media that Doug Simmons doesn't like. Doug Simmons, the realtor, is a business media professional. And I have to live with that. And I have to take that. That was a big thing for, I think, a lot of us.
Yeah.
You're all CEOs. You're seeing in the crowd, you ran your business like a CEO.
I had to take control.
You had to. Sarah, I want to go back to you on what you said, because you and I talked behind the scenes about this a little bit. So before the 90-day Insane Challenge, what was the average day like for yourself as a 16-year vet?
Well, it had been over 10 years since I had invested in coaching. And I really considered that, I was the coach.
Yeah.
I didn't really need to learn anything else, But then AI started happening. I had a YouTube channel. I was doing so many of the things, but then I realized I don't have time to take a whole day to learn Claude, to do this, that, and everything else. So why not level up my business by getting somebody else to help me, in effect, hire a coach. So the investment in the coaching, I thought at first, well, we'll see how this goes. Oh, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I am so excited for this next 6 months. My Q1 next year is going to be unbelievable.
I love it. Doug H., this one's for you. Because you and I talked about this, right? You dealt with a lot. You took a lot on. You went all in, full steam. What was the hardest week for you? And what do you think kept you from quitting, which we have people do, right? Or giving up? What was it for you?
Well, first off, I'm not a quitter. I believe I can do anything I put my mind to, and Tom's been speaking about that, about give it your all. Anybody that knows me, I've always done that. So, when I met him in Cincinnati for the Edge program, I said, I'm going to be on that stage, and here I am.
Here you are 11 weeks later.
Nice.
So probably though, I'm big into AI, and I've been doing vlogs and things since February. Probably as strange as it is, the 5th week, which was AI, that got a little crazy for me. And I'm really good with AI, but that got a little crazy for me. But the good part about that is when you're in the program, you're going to get those videos and things that you can watch back and replay, in your free time, because you're not going to pick everything up in that hour and a half that we was doing that weekly. And so that was really probably my hardest part, believe it or not. But I'm really good at AI, but that was probably my toughest week, to be honest.
Love it, love it. And Stacey, that's for you too. What was your hardest week? You had some challenges, did you not?
I did. So week 2 was probably like the eye-opener week for me, because week 1 I got to build my foundation, right? So that AO optimization. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not invisible anymore, so I do the work. And then I get into week 2, and that's Coach Aaron and YouTube, which he's made very simple, okay? But I am a little technology challenged, so it took time, more than I was anticipating.
So 77% of the group folks did not have a YouTube channel or had not touched their YouTube channel in 2 years. 77% of the cohort. So these guys were in essence starting over, right? And we all did that, correct? This was a whole new, kind of a new visionary approach to you guys, right? So during this challenge, right, we did focus on AI and the immersion of blogging with Jason and Derek were doing.
Yes.
We also worked with Aaron on YouTube. We worked with Christy on past clients in Sphere, right? Additional ways to engage our tribes. And then Jeff worked with us on Expireds and for sell by owners and Z estimates. Which one was the most impactful for your business and why? Doug, I'm going to go to you. Doug said this.
A lot of our business came from referral, and that's why we weren't present on YouTube really. Like we were the 2 years ago was our last post on YouTube. So I know everybody's going to start checking us out now and be like, okay, well they got a couple. Well, we're doing something. We're trying, and I think that's the part that I'm excited about this now. We've talked about this many times. That is the biggest thing for me, is to kind of just get into things. forgot your question. I was so excited.
Biggest impact.
Biggest impact?
Impacting why?
Just to realize that there's so much potential. There's limitless potential in the technology side of things that I had put a wall up against for so long.
So not that 40%, we're talking 60, 80%.
I see so much limit, and I'm excited about the limitless potential. I mean, I'm going to make some mistakes along the way, but let's just do it. Like, we've been shooting videos and put them out there, and then we've been putting them in the can, and we don't do them, but we're getting better at it. And I want to press myself, and the accountability is helpful too. Thank you all.
Sarah, how about yourself in that question? What do you think was the biggest impact for you and why?
Well, like you said, I am a relationship gal. My business has always been built on relationships. The sphere of influence, content, and scripts that were taught to us totally eliminated decision fatigue.
So that was the true game changer for you.
It was a huge game changer. Instead of thinking, who am I calling? What am I saying? Why am I not on Facebook DMing? All of the things. The whole system was laid out there. The decision fatigue was gone. All I had to do was implement.
So Sarah, I want you to talk to the people in the back of the room that have their own script, right? And scripting is not their thing. And they're a long-time veteran like yourself, and they've done enough business, right? And they're at a point where maybe complacency or stuck has kicked in. What would you advise them if they were thinking of signing up for this program? What do they need to be aware of?
I think that you need to be coachable, number one, and know that what the content that they're teaching you is proven content. It's not up to you to question it or tweak it. Just take what works and implement it. That's all you have to do. And when I did that, I told you I had 11 closings in July.
How many closings?
11.
11 closings in July. 11 closings in July, ladies and gentlemen. And I know we don't do math in Kentucky, right? We joked about that, so, right?
We don't do math on stage.
Right. But 11 closings is remarkable. Doug, how about you? What was the biggest impact and why for you? Because you do a lot of video content. You are very visible on YouTube and social media right now. What would be your answer to that question?
You know, I was a disc jockey for 32 years. I really wasn't doing a whole lot with that YouTube channel because I didn't realize the impact that it would have. I think when I started the program, I probably had 5 videos, but that was an easy transition for me. But again, too, I got to stop overthinking, just do the video, post it, and get it out there. And so, you know, I was just posting one backstage. It's a reel out there right now. And so, you know, just continually do that. Don't overthink it. Get out there, try to share with these people who you are, what you're about, and motivate those people. That makes me feel good. The other huge thing, again, is AI, guys. I'm going to tell you what, the only thing holding you back, if you can think it, AI will do it. And so times I'm thinking, well, what can I do a video about? And it'll give you ideas. There's so much. I mean, you know, I've trained Claude I do 5 blogs a week. And, you know, back in February, I started that right before I came to this summit because I have all the brands which are competitors in our market. I was number 2. There was only one above me, and that was my brokerage, which I'm not going to throw that out there, but I will tell you my goal was to get above my brokerage. 2 days before we came out here, guys, I've been above my brokerage.
Yes.
So that ain't not visibility to choose, but you got to do the work. You got to do the work, and you got to do it consistently.
Love it. All right, so let's future pace. We're going to go 90 days in advance, okay? You're out of the program. You're back in elite coaching, right? And maybe doing some of the Authority Accelerator that we have. What would you say right now, like where do you envision this taking you to the end of the year? Stacy, how about you? What are your thoughts on that?
So in the first 8 weeks, I have strictly from this program just closed $17,000 in GCI, right? So if we put that math through the test, I'm going to do an extra $120,000 this year just from what this program.
Right. An average sales price of around $200,000. We're
Yes.
not talking $2 million here.
No, we're talking like 200,
Right.
200, 200.
Right. In Toledo, that's just the way it is. Okay?
First time home buyers, I love it.
Yeah. Doug, how about that for you? Let's future pace 90 days in advance.
Yeah, I mean, based on my mindset that I had to shift coming into this program and what I realized all the way through, I envision and I can see it already. We have a cadence, we have a rhythm, not just in our business, but in our personal life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know at least we struggle with that as a married couple working in this industry. I don't know how many couples, married husband and wife couples are out there. Okay, so let's just talk about all this, break it down later because it's a lot. And so I want to see rhythm, I want to see consistency, I want to know that we have systems in place and then we're using them. Which he told me once. He's like, you got systems? I was like, yeah. He goes, are you using them? I was like, nope. Man. But accountability.
That's right.
That's what we're going to be. I see it happening.
Name of the game. So let's look at one big win, right? Big or small. Right? I don't care really. You guys decide what's important to you. That happened during this challenge that maybe you did not see coming. Sarah, what are your thoughts on that? What's one maybe you saw? You didn't envision it coming, but through this program, the last 11, almost 12 weeks now, you've seen an evolution.
I have, and the first task that I did was I went through my CRM. I was ruthless with my CRM. I segmented them, I set up my contacts, and it took a day. It wasn't hard work, it was just time consuming. But that one action is going to set me up for future. Because now that I've got my systems in place, I can add the AI components into it. There's no reason why I can't tap into that 60% and really put the throttle down.
Yes.
And grow this for next year.
So you're speaking to the audience that has maybe neglected, right, or not jumped into their CRM. This is a great time, a little bit over the halfway point, to recalibrate for the end of the year.
Well, all I can say to that is if you want to make money, open up your CRM, because that's where your dollars are.
Yeah.
I second that. I think we all.
This content that was taught to us is so intentional and easy, and it takes all the decision fatigue out of it. Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Exactly. Stacey, how about you on that question? What's one big win or small win that maybe you didn't envision that's come out of this for you?
I think it's kind of cool. I've actually had people I haven't seen for 20, 30 years went to high school with DMing me on Facebook saying, hey, seen your video tours, can you sell my home? And I'm like, of course. Yes.
So this is a quick question. I love that answer because that's going to exude to my next question, which is really the confidence factor, right? You guys came into this basically eyes wide open, had no idea what you were walking into. And it was a little bit of a challenge, would you say? It was a lot of work, right?
Yeah,
I say that loudly.
It was a lot.
I had the easy part. You guys had the hard part. So I want to know, like, based on confidence from week one to where you are now, what drove that shift? Doug, I'm going to start with you.
Say that again?
What drove that shift from week one to now? That momentum and that confidence.
If I get into anything, I give it my all. That's it. And I've certainly done that. I think in those 11 weeks, guys, and this is true, I had 23 listing appointments, 21 of those held. I've closed 9 of those properties since. I'm running 18 deals right now. And guys, this is from the 11 weeks. This isn't even counting the beginning of the year. I'm from Springfield, Dayton, Columbus area. Our average price point is 200,000, something like that around there. And so, I've sold close to 4 million and done over 100K GCI in that 11-week period. And that's the possibility of going all in and doing what it is.
Excellent. Doug Simmons, how about you? How has your confidence changed from week one to now here going into week 12?
The support from not just the coaches, but others in the program. I have an accountability partner out there. Where's James? James is here somewhere. James and I have been texting, and he'll text me just before I came on stage. You got this. And that was like just that confidence builder. But he's checking in, I'm checking in with him. I think the rest of the people in the group, we have a group chat, we do everything else. That's what kind of surprised me a little bit, that I was looking at, coaching is going to get me there, but the support network. And we're already talking about carrying this on and just making sure that we can keep each other accountable after the 90 days. So that's that referral base. We've heard it already here so many times. There's somebody in this room that you're going to find and put a deal together with and help some families somewhere across the country. Or they're going to send people to you. That's why I got excited about coming and being a part of not only a coaching program, but coming here. So
I love it.
Yeah, this is good.
So with the emphasis of time, I'm going to segue to the one question that everybody in this room wants answered, especially the people that come up to the coaching booth and back and ask me. So Stacey, I'm going to start with you. For the agents thinking about joining this program, what would you tell them to expect, and how would you tell them to prepare?
So download Claude, very first thing, and it's an intense program, okay? But you can expect success. That's the one thing where I'm like, oh, I gotta try this and see what happens. But when immediately I did the AO optimization. I started getting results. The phone starts ringing. And when I started my YouTube, and people are calling saying, hey, I seen your tour. We're going to buy in a year, get a hold of you in 6 months. Those types of things. Yes, go back, sign up, do it. You will not regret it. If I had to do it all over again, I'd sign up.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm going to ask you to finish with that question.
I think that the biggest thing, as I'm sitting in the audience today, listening to all the content, I think that the value that this program gives to everybody is you don't have to think about it, you just have to show up, take notes, implement, and do the work. There's no going and finding this class or finding that class, it's all given to you on a silver platter. All you have to do is take it in and do it.
Yep.
Makes
So-
it very easy.
What you're telling the crowd is show up, do the work, hold yourself internally and externally accountable, get a partner, and go forward. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely.
Let's give these guys a round of applause.
You did it. I hope you guys are all proud of yourselves. Can we give another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for doing the work? Doing the work. All right. What time tomorrow morning at 8 do we start?